Hey, this is We've Been Drinking MMA. This is the breakdown of the Almeida Lewis Fight Night card, and this fight is between Eduarda Moura versus Montserrat Conejo Ruiz. This is backhand. My pick is Eduarda Moura.
Mora for me too.
More for everybody.
More,
If you
here a Mora, there a Mora.
Listen, Eduarda Moura is minus 480. She's $480 to profit 100, so she's a hefty favorite. She is undefeated, 9-0, and she's finished all of her fights except one, which was and she's more of a submission person, but she also has some TKOs from she's a ground fighter mostly, but
she got the belt.
Yeah, she got the
in
her last promotion.
In her last promotion, yes.
Yeah. And she's got one contender series fight, which is the minor leagues in the UFC, and she's got a submission win there in the first round.
Gotta start somewhere.
So Montserrat Conejo Ruiz, the opponent, the underdog. The thing is, she's 1-2. Yeah, she's 1-2 in the UFC. She ran into Amanda Lemos, who is a title contender. And Lemos just laid her out. But, the thing is that Montserrat Conejo Ruiz was walking into the punches.
Yeah, just walking right into him.
She just, no care in the world, walking into the punches, and she got laid
Sunday
out.
Stroll. Oh, jab.
And then in her last fight, it was more of the same. She was keeping the distance, but I think she just can't help herself. She needs action. She fought against Amarim, and, Amarim, same deal. She was walking into punches here and there in the second round, started to. And then in the third round, she actually got a takedown. But again, the ground fighting was just not good enough. And then the other girl, Amarim, reversed. It was amazing. Reversed her and then just TKO'd her on the ground. So it just shows that she's not good at ground fighting. And guess who's great at ground fighting? Eduarda Moura in this fight.
She's a good grappler.
It's a horrible style matchup. And then, Laz, we got to talk about this. I mean, we have to. Eduarda Moura has a 6-inch reach advantage.
Yes.
On top of that, she's got a 6-inch height advantage.
Yes.
It's going to look like two different weight classes in this fight.
Ruiz is a big wrestler, so when you have that big of a reach and height advantage, it's going to be a problem for the shorter fighter.
Right, and then one more thing I wanted to say.
He's going to need to close that gap. It's going to be really tough.
It's going to be super tough. I mean, if your thing is to walk forward and you walk into punches already and you're trying to throw these 2-3 punch combos and then the other girl has a 6-inch reach advantage, she's going to light you up.
Yes.
And she's going to take you down. So the only win that Montserrat Conejo Ruiz, the underdog, has is in the UFC is against Cheyenne Vlismas. But guess what? Cheyenne Vlismas is 2-2 in the UFC. However, her 2 wins are misleading because one of the wins is against a woman who went like 1-3 and then it bounced out of the UFC, released. And then also she had a win against Martin. And Martin is like 0-4 in her last 4 fights in the UFC, so she's going to be released soon. So again, even though Ruiz has a 2-2 record a 1-2 record, and the one win comes over a 2-2 fighter, it's a misleading 2-2 fighter. She's her 2 wins I discount them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying that right now. I discounted them.
Dust your shoulder off.
Don't count. Don't count.
Get 'em out of here.
So ultimately, her win is over in my opinion, a fighter who's really more of a losing fighter. So it doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No offense.
Ruiz is just what she's known for is her takedowns and her wrestling. It's just going to be tough against Moura. So I think Moura is going to control this fight.
Listen, Moura's the faster fighter, the longer fighter, the smarter fighter, the more opportunistic fighter who can take you down on quickly, very, if she sees an opening, she can. And Ruiz, I feel bad for her because she constantly puts herself in danger and is left open with her head open, with her body open to get taken down. I mean, Eduarda Moura should be able to do pretty much whatever she wants with Ruiz, with the speed and reach advantage and just the IQ factor. So
good confidence on this pick.
Yeah, she is minus 480, but it's good. I'm going to slap her on a parlay. Yeah. See if the double chance is at like minus 150 for a sub or KO, because I really do feel Ruiz. You look at Ruiz and her 2 losses come from finishes.
Leaning towards sub, but
sub or KO, and the 2 losses from Ruiz come from getting TKO'd. So that's the pick. Thank you so much for listening, and
like, subscribe, and comment, please. We like that stuff.